MSME Bharat Manch that gives a powerful punch to all the challenges and provides the ultimate solution to all MSMEs to empower their business growth. MSME Bharat Manch, a nationwide initiative by Rupi Boss, a unique platform that has all the solutions every MSME of our nation would require to overcome their challenges and become successful. The benefits of onboarding with MSME Bharat Manch outweighs the challenges on a drastic level, giving every MSME the resulting edge to reach their potential. The additional benefits MSME Bharat Manch provides its MSMEs make it the ideal utopian business environment. MSME Bharat Manch stands out on a mission to create the unique one-stop platform for MSMEs to empower, support, and cater to all their enterprise needs to reach their entrepreneurial dreams. Envisioning a future, MSME Bharat Manch extends its reach to MSME growth facilitators to co-create the unique value-added ecosystem to empower MSMEs to scale their business exponentially. To join the MSME Bharat Manch, a nationwide initiative by Rupi Boss. Send your company profile to growth@msmebharatmanch.com.
SMEs are the most lucrative and promising customers for banks and financial institutions. Credit accessors at banks get huge piles of SME loan applications daily. But information asymmetry and low reach of credit scores lead to high rejection rate. This creates a big gap in access to capital and a huge opportunity loss for lending institutions in SME loans. DGLI innovatively uses non-financial data blended with financial data, fed into a learning AI model coupled with human intelligence to generate reliability score. SMEs are categorized into platinum, gold, silver, or bronze, providing a comprehensive and detailed 360-degree insight. Partnered with SME ecosystem and lending institutions, we provide embedded finance solutions. We offer pay-per-use customer onboarding, portfolio assessment, and bespoke SaaS models. DGLI's contribution has been recognized by reputed international organizations. We have secured partnerships with esteemed organizations, solidifying our status as a trusted platform. SME lending is just the beginning. DGLI score can be utilized for different industry scenarios. DGLI, redefining SME business growth with trust.
See Change. See Change Consulting, a Chennai-based strategic business advisory consulting organization, is one of the leading knowledge management partners for MNCs, corporates, and growth management partners for micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, based out of Chennai, India. See Change has homegrown smart business execution models and has in its panel 100+ subject matter experts, has served 1,000+ projects in 45+ business verticals, and with a combined knowledge bank of 2 lakh hours of consulting experience since 2002, serving clients pan-Asia. Sea Change deals with mainly 2 kinds of business situations: sick firms wanting to revive and doing well firms that have the capability to grow further but are not able to achieve it. With sick cases, Sea Change helps them rebuild, facilitate the revival of financial packages, and help with other business revival measures. With others, Sea Change shows them how they can pole vault to a different level altogether. Founder of Sea Change, Mr. S. Prakash, its CEO, is also known as Corporate Sage. He is a serial author, including the chartbuster book The Spiritual CEO, published by Amazon in 2021. Mr. M.K.Anand is a strategic business advisor, Chairman, MSME MSME and ICT subcommittees ACC and authored a book titled 36 Golden Rules and Virtual Coffee Table Book for MSMEs.
Hello everyone, a very good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Welcome all of our participants to our online webinar on democratizing access to capital for MSMEs. We believe this topic is of utmost importance in fostering the growth and sustainability of micro, small and medium enterprises in today's challenging economic landscape. I'm Himadri Singh, Deputy Director General of MSME Bharat Manch, and I'm honored to be your host for this session. This is our fourth session hosted by MSME Bharat Manch in association with Rupee Boss and C-Chain Consulting. Every month we are hosting 2 webinars pan-India to reach out MSME as possible to share the insights on the subject matter. The very purpose of MSME Bharat Manch is to create a unique one-stop platform for MSMEs to empower and support them to become self-reliant and also in catering to all of their enterprises' needs to grow exponentially in all their functions from sales and marketing, coaching and consulting, finance assistant, business advisory, human resource, technology assistance, subsidy from local, state and central government. Without taking any further time, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Shrikant Patil, sir. Mr. Patil is the CEO and Managing Director of DigiAlley, a Singapore-based certified fintech operating in area, unlocking finance for MSME. DigiAlley offers a reliability score to provide respect, own identity, and tremendous confidence booster to MSMEs. Reliability score is now leveraged by leading banks and financiers for lending, equity finance, venture debt, and bond funding. Mr. Patil is now helping launch multiple digital banks as a strategic advisor in the region. As a digital leader, Mr. Patil has enabled Fortune 500 companies and digital native startups to ride the wave of digital disruption. As a respected fintech, open banking and digital banking leader in the region, his passion to build strong and interconnected digital economy has led to innovative business models and ecosystem partnership. Mr. Patil leads research in financial services strategy, API economy, digital trust, and identity. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Patil, and I'm wishing all the participants an enriching and engaging sessions ahead. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Himadri. And first of all, thanks to MSME Bharat Manch for setting this stage, Mr. M.K.Anand, to enable some of these conversations. Amazing forums, and really glad to partner with MSME Bharat Manch. Now, I'll get started with my presentation. Himadri, when do you want to present? When do you want to do the video? Should we do the introductory video now?
You want me to do the introductory video again?
Yes. It's already done. Everybody was there. I mean, I'm fine with it.
A few people joined now. So, okay, I will do it once again, and then we'll start with the presentation.
Yes, that would be
SMEs are the most lucrative and promising customers for banks and financial institutions. Credit accessors at banks get huge piles of SME loan applications daily. But information asymmetry and low reach of credit scores lead to high rejection rate. This creates a big gap in access to capital and a huge opportunity loss for lending institutions in SME loans. DGLI innovatively uses non-financial data blended with financial data, fed into a learning AI model coupled with human intelligence to generate reliability score. SMEs are categorized into platinum, gold, silver, or bronze, providing a comprehensive and detailed 360-degree insight. Partnered with SME ecosystem and lending institutions, we provide embedded finance solutions. We offer pay-per-use customer onboarding, portfolio assessment, and bespoke SaaS models. DGLI's contribution has been recognized by reputed international organizations. We have secured partnerships with esteemed organizations, solidifying our status as a trusted platform. SME lending is just the beginning. DGLI score can be utilized for different industry scenarios. DGLI, redefining SME business growth with trust.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start sharing my presentation now. Again, warm welcome to everyone. One of the topics why this is so important for all of us is that, SMEs, as we saw in the video also, are the backbone of economy. And this is true for any country you go. I mean, if you think about Southeast Asia, you go to Germany, you go to UK, US, China. Most countries have small, medium enterprises who employ large percentage of people, who also contribute to GDP, who also contributes to the exports of the country. And to a certain extent, I'm preaching the choir here because, most of you also know the value which SMEs create. But very important to recognize and realize that, when we have a national occasion to celebrate Chandrayaan 3 a landing on moon, but you know that 400 organizations which supported, private sector organizations who
ఫైనల్ గా
supported
ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ ఏం చేయాలి ఎప్పుడు చేయాలి చెప్తే
this Chandrayaan landing and this entire journey, uh, they had a large number of SMEs who supported that. While the organizations like L&T, Godrej also looked at indigenization and supporting a lot of technology built in-house. And we know that it was done almost half the price or slightly less than that by the movie Interstellar, right? So you can imagine the frugality and the way SMEs in India are contributing to the future of the country. One of the challenges, though, we are seeing is that 5 out of 6 SMEs across the world are not getting access to finance, and they are either undercovered or uncovered. What does that mean? Undercover is primarily you are not getting something where you are reaching out to the banks, but you are not getting the right kind of exposure, so that the banks are not acknowledging that you are eligible for loan. At the same time, in some cases, there might be an access related issue also. Uh, Overall, if you look at the neo banks, and I work with a lot of these virtual banks, digital banks, the most profitable segment for banking has been in the neo banking segment, as well as the new age banking has been small medium enterprises. And there are countries, I will talk about some of these as we go forward, but across the world, be it India, be it Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, there are many, many initiatives which are launched by the government. For example, Indonesian government has actually created a mandate that by 2025, the corporate credit to SMEs should hit 25%. Today, they are somewhere between 5 to 7%. So you would see that the SME growth is going to go up across different countries. And now, why SME segment is so important for everybody? You see that there is war happening in Europe. You see the supply chain disruption is happening. Inflation is taking toll on multiple economies. And because of that, you would see this particular decade, which is we are in now, is called lost decade from a growth perspective of GDP. But only one segment which is going to come out very, very strongly is the small, medium enterprises. The growth is going to be coming into SME segment. And that is why SME segments are very, very important for us. Recently, Philippines government, the president launched the Center for SMEs. Singapore is pushing very hard, very strongly about small, medium enterprises. We see India is also doing a lot. The government is doing some phenomenal work about helping SMEs for bringing out multiple schemes, right? ZED scheme, which came out to make them internationally competent as a representation of high quality manufacturing, which is what sometimes the perception about India was created. So you see that the wave of SMEs and the future for SMEs for the next 2 to 3 decades is extremely positive. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, 5 out of 6 SMEs are not getting access to finance. MSMEs, who are small SMEs, micro SMEs, as well as SMEs who have reached a certain scale. All of them, just in the emerging market, are facing a $5.2 trillion gap in credit. And what does that mean for lenders? All the banks, financial institutions would really look forward to meeting this gap, and that could lead to somewhere around 100 to 300 billion dollars of sheer profit for them. That is the reality. Unfortunately, the credit to SMEs still remains in single digit as compared to the corporates, and hence this is a big area for addressing. Now, what are the challenges with the SMEs, right? Let's understand that SME is not a company which is very well established, very well grown, and is completely mature. Uh, we see a lot of banks today treat SMEs very similar to the corporates, and the whole foundation of SMEs is where the SMEs are still growing and they are trying to achieve a particular scale. They might be pivoting the model. They might be thinking about uh, growing from 1 to 10. 0 to 1 is extremely difficult, and that is a startup zone. But when they try to grow from 1 to 10 or 10 to 100, there are many different challenges which come with those growth issues. Now, while I talked about the 5.2 trillion gap, I recently had a chance to meet one of the leaders in IFC. The gap is becoming increasing day by day. It's actually going to their recent publication, which will come out, will talk about 5.7 trillion as a gap, which is what exists today. And the discussion was about how can we enable this journey? How can we make sure that we are able to fulfill this gap and also give back to the society, because enabling SMEs and supporting SMEs actually is making the society stronger. But if you go and talk to the financial institutions and lenders, they themselves have a set of challenges. First is the SMEs sometimes face issues related to compliance. Sometimes they face issues related to meaningful SME data. And one of the big challenges today is that the small medium enterprises are not able to present themselves properly with reference to the banking requirements. And that is one big challenge which we see in most of these organizations who are planning to lend. There is excessive reliance on financials. While there is explosion of data which is happening all around us, which includes non-financial data, you see that there is reliance on financials, just purely looking at bank statements, annual statements, income statements, balance sheet. That is the core decision-making engine for most of the organizations. Also, the credit score, while we know that credit score is a very strong vehicle, it is still not reaching to the masses, and less than 10% SMEs in certain countries, developing countries, credit score is a challenge, and a lot of them get into the catch-22 situation that they don't have credit and they don't have credit score also. So because of that challenge, they get into the vicious cycle. Now, to address this challenges with the banking, one of the things which SMEs need to do is SMEs need to educate themselves about multiple ways to finance. And the first one, of course, we know that some of our partners, like Rupee Boss, are helping to enable lending to different banks and different financial institutions. So that is a primary option. One of the observations we have is that SMEs need to make a decision before they decide to lend, and before whether it is the right approach for them, whether they should do lending or they should consider other options like equity or even venture debt. Now, equity financing is not easy. We know that there are discussions about funding winters. It took 6 months for the new unicorn to come in, but it's still here. So equity financing is also an option which organizations must consider. Uh, there is when I talk about equity financing, it's also the IPO listing, which is another option for organizations, and BSE and NSE both provide that option. The third option, which is less explored, is venture debt, and this is primarily for our larger organizations which are already VC funded. But that is an option which is for a long-term term loan. That those debts is also possible. So these options are emerging, and you could see that organizations must explore multiple alternatives there, right? So from the perspective of the SME, today in India, I would say for the next 2 decades are going to be extremely strong for small medium enterprises. The government is also going to be supporting. There has to be a dimension of learning and training which needs to be taken care of by all the small medium enterprises to make them ready for becoming export oriented SMEs, international SMEs, and grow further. And there are several financial options which are available. One of the things, again, you saw the video, DGLI is offering, is to enable the reliability score for organizations. And this reliability score is a combination of multiple dimensions, which is financial data, non-financial data, as well as looking at human intelligence, and then bringing that out for graded SMEs. This is very important for small, medium enterprises because they need to know where they are. If they know that they belong to a platinum grade, then the interest rate would be different for them as compared to they would belong to, and the same way. So they could save significant amount of cost here, right? So I will take a pause at this stage. If there are any questions on how MSMEs should grow, how MSMEs should think about their future, what choices they should be making, and I'm happy to address some of the questions at this juncture. Himadri, over to you.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much for detailed and informative session. So before taking any questions, I just wanted to inform all of you that we are recording this session and we'll be sharing the link over email after the session ends. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask one by one. Anyone has any questions? Seems sir is fully detailed, has given the full information, and there is no query related to this.
I will, if there are no questions, I'll talk about one very important aspect, which is digitization of small, medium enterprises. And a lot of times, SMEs start with the operations, which are small operations, and then we get used to managing it manually, right? Be it accounts, be it some of the orders which we're sending, or the communication with the customer. Now, there are significant improvements which have happened in the digitization of SMEs. One of the applications is, again, whole accounting. We heard about a few applications which take care of end-to-end accounting. They are also now integrated with banks. So you could get in consolidated statements. You don't need to do calculations and all of these externally. Of course, you'll need help from chartered accountants, but you can use these accounting software. That is number one. The second one, which is very important, is the choice of the CRM. A lot of times when you are reaching out to multiple customers and you are not tracking them very well, all the marketing effort which you are taking would go down the drain if you are not tracking those customers well. And there are several CRM applications, which are SaaS applications, which are available, which you can do online subscriptions immediately, and you can integrate that also with your accounting software. And so there is a consolidated suite of applications is also available. The third one, which is very important, is for your digital marketing, you need to access certain tools. It could be Google Ads, it could be few other things, but there are certain tools which are available in the market which allow you to do the campaigns. And these campaigns are very important for the B2C customers, where you are launching the product, you are measuring the success of your campaigns, you are looking at where the traffic is coming from and what will be your next campaign about, or how would you design your campaign. There are certain integrations available with now. I think most of us are aware of APIs and the technology around those. So organizations should spend time in building digital journeys and enabling those technologies within their organization. You can see that these can be termed as OpEx, because you can pay per month, or do some subscription. So these are not very expensive for the organizations. So digitizing and training are two important aspects of how SMEs can achieve the next level, without which the growth will be a challenge for them.
Srikant sir, we have one question from Amit Ramachandran. What if a SME has a new project which will help it scale up, but the banks feels they have overlended? How to go about it?
So this is a very important question, right? Because a lot of companies come to us and they say that, hey, you have created the report, right? And within the report, we do the assessment of saying whether you need equity, you need a loan, or you need to, find another means to raise money. You have to know the boundaries. So, for example, if you are looking at a particular project, and you are going to have a debt equity ratio significantly higher, maybe about 2, then some of the banks allow you to do debt equity ratio up to 4, right? Some of the large banks, but they are expecting the turnover also higher from those organizations, and some of the loan has to be securitized for that. So for you, if you have this project, there are two possibilities. That one, this project is quite related to what you are doing as part of the core work, then you should explore this as a new idea, and you should think about this as building a venture within the organization. Now, within the alternative for you is, if you think that this venture can become on its own, this project can become big on its own, then it's best to form a private limited company or another entity, which will then run this project under, and then you could probably get the finance for launching that particular venture. So there are multiple ways to solve this. When you believe that there is a particular debt equity is very high, banks are always conservative. There are banks and financial institutions which even look at higher interest rate, and then they are able to take higher risk. Uh, Opportunity is also to explore multiple other banks, and platforms like RupeeBoss can offer you that opportunity to go across different segments of the banks to take care of that benefit.
Ramachandran sir, hope your query is resolved. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Anyone else, any questions? Thank you, sir. So, if anybody is looking for loans and some funding like that, you can reach out to us at Rupee Boss. So we have like tie up with 100 plus bank and NBFCs, and we are working in this field for past 7 years, and we are like 25 offices pan India. So any location we can work it on with partner with MSME Bharat Manch. Okay.
Absolutely.
So anybody else, any questions, please? I think it's all clear. So if anyone, any participants has any query after the session, you can also text me, email me. You have all my number and email ID also. So,
Ma'am, Ramakrishnan here
yeah,
from
hi, sir.
Chennai. Yeah, hi. This is the first meet. I'm just connecting everyone. It's a nice, wonderful session. A lot of
Thank
stuff, a lot of newness and uniqueness getting into my mind. I'm not able to ask questions. I have a lot of several queries to ask for, but this forum will never enough. It will go for a couple of hours. So better I'll connect Imadri separately and we will have a discussion. But only one point, like how our session will be different from other team means, see change. We are trying to find a change into the form of every individual who want to start a business or want to start a kind of a new career in this environment, right? So in that scenario, how see change is different from others. How see there are several platforms to get money or to lend money or to have a startup business. But we as an association, as a team, as a user friendly for this environment, how we will make a difference into this environment compared to others, so that we can show something differently apart from others. That is the only point I want to understand from this forum.
Yeah. So if I can take that question.
Yeah, sure, sir.
So Mr. Ramakrishnan, you are calling from which location?
I am calling from Chennai, sir. Chennai.
Chennai. And what is the company's name?
Actually, to be honest, I am working in a private company. It's a company name called Mahindra & Mahindra.
Okay.
It's the R&D center, but my wife started a business, a small startup.
Okay.
Food organ. It's a food masala business.
Got it.
I am just trying to support her by means of this kind of process.
Okay, so you're looking for some kind of financing option for the startup. Is that what you're?
Because basically, what happened? We got a very good amount for startup, but for working capital, definitely they are not supporting us. Because they want a lot of kind of confidence from us. How this company will grow, whether they will grow or they will come back. This kind of ambiguity is happening every time when we approach them. Okay. So what happened? Like we have to go for this kind of process.
Yeah. So I will share in very crisp about what your requirement is and how we are different from other companies. We at Rupee Boss Financial Services. We are a gateway to 100 plus banks and NBFCs, and we provide all kind of loans, be it unsecured loan, right from 5 lakhs to 10 crore without any collateral, without any security mortgage. And then we also have secured lending like home loan, loan against property, and various working capital products from the banks. Now, for startup loan also, we have schemes from government of India, from the Ministry of MSME, like PMEGP, that is Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, where up to 50 lakhs you get 50 lakhs for manufacturing unit, and up to 20 lakhs in service sector. You get subsidy anywhere from 25 to 35%. So there are different schemes. So like it's a huge subject to discuss. We will come on a one-to-one. We'll definitely come on a one-to-one with you. We are headquartered, though we are headquartered in Mumbai. We have a local team in Chennai also. Who will connect with you soon, maybe today itself, and take it forward. You may share your number on the chat so that we can connect with you at the earliest.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Iman.
From Ramesh and Ramakrishna, only one point I will add. Process. very well positioned to support you in this journey, and your mission would be successful once you partner with Ruby Boss.
Thank
One
you.
of the things I would advise though is that most of the times, and we have seen this in case of women entrepreneurs specifically. So I'm telling you this as kind of a forward-looking view, that the type of organization generally is formed mostly like a proprietor or a partnership firm, right? And
Yeah.
when you are approaching certain banks over a period of time, uh, the let's say you are continuing with certain revenue, you will have to the best form of getting a loan is private limited company for you, because then you could do many things in that particular format. Now the decision of when you want to move towards specifically uh, private limited
Sorry,
company
some
is
disturbance. Yeah.
cost associated with private limited company, and you need to make sure that you are able to bear the cost. Sometimes the business is too small, but always have an eye on the fact that you are moving towards private limited company as early as possible. A lot of people actually feel disappointed when they reach the bank and then they say, hey, I have been a proprietor for a while, right? On a proprietorship, your assessment is largely about the individual. It's not about the business. Because when you form a company and have a private limited organization, you will have directors. So it is not a liability of that individual, but it is the liability of the company, and you can create more assets as a form of the company, right? So it will always help you if you are thinking about creating a private limited company at the earliest. That would be my recommendation to you.
Thank you, sir. Ramakrishnan, sir, I will ask my Chennai team to get in touch with you. And even I'm in touch with you, so we'll resolve the session. Anyone else has any questions?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. So I have shared two links in the group chat. So one is like to be part of the MSME Bharat Manch. It's a free opportunity. So you can avail all the services, and we have like 75 ecosystem partners. So you can avail the services from them. And if you have any services related to MSME, you can also provide that. So we can partner and we can work together. So do register yourself in MSME Bharat Manch. So Shrikant sir, should we close it?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm very happy for us to close early also, no problem.
Thank you, sir. So, thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone. I would like to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for attending today's session. And we extend our sincere thanks to our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Shrikant Patil, sir, for his insightful and guidance expertise throughout the session.